Hey, what's up, everybody? Ryan Newpel, USA Wager Show. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, I'm in a different setting, and I first of all have to apologize. I have not been with you for the last few days, and boy, am I regretting it. I am regretting it big time. We have a list of, 15, 20 headlines today. I take a day off from reporting the headlines, and they load up. They pile up. They stack up on me. So I'm traveling throughout the next several weeks, so it's going to be hit or miss on what time I do these, but I'm going to try to keep up. I'm going to bring you the headlines from the U.S. sports betting landscape. Right now, I'm in Pensacola, Florida, sitting beachside. Just watched the Blue Angels fly over as they were training here in Pensacola, Florida. Beautiful setting. If you've never been to Pensacola, I highly suggest go to Pensacola Beach. Beautiful area, awesome spot. So let's get right into it here. As I said, we got 10, 15 headlines that I'm going to try to dive into and see if we can touch on them all. So without further ado, let's dive in to the headlines. All right, we got Magic City casino owners suing Florida sports betting compact. Everyone's asking me how I feel about this as I live in Florida and I'm very close to the Florida situation. This lawsuit, well, first, let me say, I think we knew some lawsuits were coming. I think this was expected to happen. And so I don't think this comes as a shock to many people. This lawsuit was filed on Friday. As we know, Magic City Casino owns a Bonita Springs poker room as well. They're alleging that sports betting component is legal fiction, violates the federal law. So we will see where this goes. People close to the Seminole side seem to think they're going to get through this and federal approval is going to happen. Still, and so that's supposed to be happening before October 15th. So still a lot can happen in the midst of all of this. But first lawsuit on the docket as Magic City Casino files against the Florida betting compact. All right, Wisconsin. This may be a little far-fetched, but Wisconsin legalizes sports betting in surprising tribal compact deal. This happened late last week. I don't think things are fully legalized here, as we all know. But what's funny is Wisconsin was not on anybody's radar to be even talked about for legalization. Very stunning happenings that have happened as they have not been considered at all in most people's talks. And so there's a new compact that now allows the tribe to open retail sports books at casinos. There's still 45 days from any kind of an official receipt on this compact. So it'll be interesting. If approval, the Oneida Nation said it'll be opening its first sports book by football season 2021. So going to be interesting to see what Wisconsin does there. All right, New York misses the deadline for online sports betting. We knew this was happening. Obviously, New York at the retail locations is happening. They are betting on sports at the retail brick and mortar locations there in New York, but mobile has been an issue there. People are crossing the bridge or crossing right over into New Jersey and placing their bets. Heck, everyone that lives right there near that border of New Jersey, New York is still placing their bets in New Jersey. So major issue for New York. Sounds like they couldn't make it happen. Just the time ran short and they missed their deadline. The measure was included in the 2021-2022 fiscal year, which then passed in April. So that spending is now going to be put on the hold list, I guess we'll call it. So New York not moving forward as fast as some would hope. All right, Maryland Sports Betting Commissions fills out with appointments. Maryland sports betting is getting a little closer as the governor there, Larry Hogan, has now appointed several different appointments. He had 2 appointments. He did the former telecommunication system CFO Thomas Brandt and the retired Municipal Employees Credit Union of Baltimore CEO Bert Harsh. Lots more to come, I believe, there. Hogan did sign that sports betting bill into law on May 18th. So once these appointments are all filled and things keep moving forward, Maryland should be rocking and rolling. All right, Arizona regulator doubles the number of mobile sites allowed in latest draft rules. This happened late last week on Friday. I didn't get to read a lot about this, so I'm kind of following some of my notes here. Sounds like it's a second version of what's going on of the sports betting rules. And this was drastically different from the first version that happened with Arizona. So, previously each event wagering operator may have one brand or one license. Now they can have 2. That's interesting to me. I mean, a FanDuel or a DraftKings or one of these operators could kind of launch multiple apps or multiple mobile apps or even multiple brands. A brand like Caesars, who has multiple brands with William Hill and Harrah's. could launch them both and legally make that happen there in Arizona. So still more to come on that, but some differences in the latest rules for Arizona. All right, Alaska. We never talk Alaska. I'm talking Alaska today. Alaska gambling expansion study is in the works. There was a $400,000 feasibility study that happened, or that's starting to happen here recently in Alaska. The revenue department's putting this together, just looking at the gambling expansion possibilities. Is there potential for casinos, potential for sports betting? What other legal forms of gambling can they make happen there in Alaska? So it's good that the talks are in the works in Alaska, and we'll see where that leads from a legal sports betting side of things. All right, WynnBet. WynnBet partners with San Carlos Apache Tribe. This again is in Arizona. WynnBet has been partnering with lots of people, but they've partnered with the San Carlos Apache Tribe there to pursue their Arizona sports betting license. Again, this happened late last week. We do have an article up on this on usawager.com if you want to read more about it. But yeah, WynnBet's moving pretty quickly. It's a 16th state added to the rapidly growing jurisdiction for WynnBet. And so, WynnBet making some noise. They're currently, I believe, in Colorado, Indiana, Michigan, New Jersey, Tennessee, Virginia, and have things going on in other states as well. So we'll see what that comes for WynnBet. Speaking of WynnBet, they've also partnered with the Colorado Rockies and Coors Field there in Colorado. WynnBet's going to be the official partner there. They did a multi-year sponsorship agreement with the Rockies. Going to have signage at Coors Field and all sorts of things that come along with that partnership type mentality. So good for WynnBet. Congratulations to them and the team at WynnBet. All right, moving on, man. I told you I had a lot of headlines today, and I do. So I hope you're enjoying it. I'm ready to get out to the beach. A little break here in the action. I'm ready to get out to the beach and check it out. But I'll keep going. I'll bring it to you. All right, FanDuel. FanDuel listing hitting delays due to Fox disputes. So Flutter Entertainment and Fox are having their battles. Something along the lines of, Fox has a couple percent stake in Flutter, and Flutter agreed to some sort of a sale to Fox Corporation at 6 times current sales. And I think now they're seeing that DraftKings is listing like a 12x multiplier, and they now are fighting to get a 12x. And so obviously that would double the price for Fox, and they're not happy about that. So there's some delays in them going public and in them getting their IPO started. So we will see where that leads with FanDuel and Fox. All right, new Harrah's Casino in Nebraska is opening in late 2022. It's going to be a racetrack casino, definitely have a sports book. And so Caesars making some noise in Nebraska, in Columbus, Nebraska. Going to be a 40,000 square foot casino. Be pretty cool. All right, MGM Resorts partnering with the USA Basketball. Can't wait for some U.S. basketball in the Olympics and everything going on with U.S. basketball. MGM said, hey, I want to be a piece of that. I want to be a part of what's going on with USA Basketball. Smart move by them, I believe. So they have been designated as the official training camp, home of the USA Basketball men's and women's national teams. Congrats to MGM for making that happen. Great partnership there. They are going to host 4 other countries coming into Las Vegas for some games. Argentina, Australia, Nigeria, and Spain will also be into the fold for MGM. Awesome stuff for MGM and USA Basketball. All right, Drew Brees getting into the sports betting world. This news just broke this morning. Drew Brees becomes a PointsBet global brand ambassador. So congrats to PointsBet for landing NFL Hall of Famer Drew Brees, one of the good guys in the industry or in the sport of NFL football. He's going to be their brand ambassador. He is now going to have part ownership or a lot of ownership of PointsBet, it sounds like. And so he's going to be heavily involved with what PointsBet is doing. Pretty cool stuff. So he's going to be a significant shareholder, taking some equity stake in the company to help further develop their strategy and just help them, get going in the right direction. So big news for PointsBet here, partnering up with Drew Brees. I also expect to see a lot more of that type of thing happening. These brands getting with big influencers, and who's a bigger influencer than an NFL Hall of Fame player who used to play or does play. So pretty cool stuff for them. Brees did say, I am excited to team up with PointsBet, a leader in the future of sports entertainment built off elite technology. So he's excited. He says sports betting is growing across the country and will positively impact sports engagement. And I am proud to be at the forefront alongside PointsBet and NBC Sports. So pretty cool, big words from Drew Brees there as he pretty much says, hey, as we all know, listening to this show, U.S. sports betting is here to stay, and I want to be a part of it. So really cool for Drew Brees to be a part of that. All right, let's move on to Caesars. Caesars in a deal with PlayStar Casino. Again, this happened, I believe, on Friday or Saturday. They signed a deal with PlayStar Casino to expand them into the Pennsylvania market. PlayStar Casino is already in New Jersey. Now they're moving into Pennsylvania. Caesars is already in New Jersey. Now they're moving into Pennsylvania through PlayStar Casino. So congrats to them. All right, we're moving on. I told you there's a lot. We have another handful, about 4 or 5 more, so bear with me here. It's going to be a long show. Got 3 or 4 more headlines to hit, and what bigger than the Super Contest? It's super. It's big. It's with Westgate. So changes to the Super Contest. We all love playing in pick'ems and games and contests as it comes to NFL season. I know all of my team and different leagues that I'm in are already starting to talk about fantasy football, DFS, pick'ems, survivors, all of the above. So I cannot wait to get in all that, as I always do. But the Super Contest, biggest of the big. It's their 33rd season with Westgate. Basically, premise, $1,000 entry. You pick 5 picks each week, and winner takes home a big chunk of money. All right. And so it depends on how many people are in the contest and everything. It's expected to be over 2,500 entries this year, but they made a couple changes. It sounds like they've tried to entice it because now that Circa is in the picture and they're offering something similar in Las Vegas as well. Westgate has to step their game up. That's how competition works. Somebody jumps in, you better step your game up. And so Westgate's doing that with some changes. So they typically, they pay like 1 through 5, but then they'd also pay for different, I think, 4-week chunks or 4 or 4-week chunks. Now they're going to pay 6 times 3-week chunks since there's 18 weeks. And so there's going to be 6 different payouts plus the number 1 through 5 getting paid. They're also entering every person in the contest into a raffle. The winner gets to go to the Westgate New Year's Eve Super Sweet Weekend. Never been to that, but sounds like a blast. Anytime in Vegas, Westgate Super Sweet Weekend would be amazing. So, check out the Super Contest if you're into that kind of thing. I hope to get an entry in this year. We'll see if I can make that happen, and we'll go from there. All right, Better Collective making some news. Affiliate monster Better Collective set to host the Bookmakers Awards 2021. This is going to be alongside of the IGB Live and IGB affiliate Amsterdam events in September, early October. So awesome news for Better Collective. Kind of a strategy here to to get in the news and to make some noise. So their media group is launching the Bookmakers Awards. That's going to be interesting to see where that goes. So check those out. See what they're doing with the Bookmakers Awards. All right, California's Agua Caliente Casino is to host the Esports Expo Game-A-Con, August 14th and 15th. I love talking events. I love talking any kind of events in the iGaming industry. Esports, I consider that as well. So California, Game-A-Con, sounds kind of fun. This is going to be at the Resort Casino Spa in Rancho Mirage. Will attract lots of gamers, lots of video enthusiasts, video gaming enthusiasts, and people in the esports industry. So if you're into that, check out that event. We will put it on our USA Wager iGaming calendar as well to make sure you don't miss it there. And again, as you know, in this show, when the headlines get light, we start talking events. We're going to bring you each event each week on what they have coming up and go from there. All right, last but not least, and this is kind of not really in the sports betting headlines, but it kind of is. Phil Mickelson, this was late last week, so he won't be returning to this Detroit tournament after this $500K gambling report that happened. I mean, what a mess. It sounds like this happened like 20-something years ago. Phil Mickelson wasn't even in the wrong. He wasn't paid for his gambling. Some big old gambler, Dandy Don DeSerrano, allegedly didn't pay him $500K, and so Mickelson's more upset that this noise and all this came out now, and like it was right when he was in a busy time in this tournament in Detroit, and so now he's saying, "Hey, I ain't going back. I'm not going back to the Rocket Mortgage Classic at the Detroit Golf Club. It's just too much noise, too much mess." And so, not really much more about that, except there's always some sort of controversy around the gambling industry. Phil Mickelson, right in the heat of it. We know he's a big bettor, as we've allegedly heard, and so there you go. Oh, I have to breathe. There you go. Wrapping up. That is it. That's all I have for you today. Again, Ryan Newpel, USA Wager Show. I really appreciate everything You guys bring all the news, press releases you send us, press@usawager.com. Send them over. We'll get them up on our headlines. We'll get articles written about them. We will bring you on. Come on. We'll talk your news headline anytime. Just got to holler to us. We'll make that happen. Hey, I'm in Pensacola. I'll be in Birmingham, Alabama next. Then I'll be in the Lake of the Ozarks doing some epic shows from the Lake of the Ozarks and heading to Indianapolis, then Illinois. And hey, I'm in the United States, so it's great. I love it. And we will try to check out some sports books along the way. So, all right, until next time, thank you for watching the USA Wager Show. I'm Ryan Newpol. Take care. We will talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.